Yo, Dog Pound, today we're on a road trip. We're in Creedmoor, Texas for Estrada's Texas Barbecues pop-up. You with it? Let's get it. Nothing says Texas barbecue quite like the aroma of burning post oak in the air. It's a bright sunny day out here in Creedmoor, Texas, where I get to catch up with my man Randy Estrada and his wife Tessa Estrada. Together they make up Estrada's Texas Barbecue. Today they're doing a pop-up out here in Creedmoor at the Creedmoor Community Center. My man Randy is from Creedmoor, and so he's giving back to his community by trying to bring back that Central Texas barbecue flavor that they all know and love right here in this community. So guys, let me introduce you to Randy and Tessa Estrada. All right guys, so we're here with Randy and Tessa Estrada. Estrada's Texas Barbecue. Is it Come and Get It Estrada's Texas Barbecue, or just Estrada's?
Estrada's Texas Barbecue.
Estrada's Texas, okay.
Yeah.
So Randy and Tessa of Estrada's Texas Barbecue. And so how did you get started in barbecue?
Well, originally I started at a younger age, growing up here in Creedmoor. I lived about 3 miles down the road. My mom still lives there, actually. We lived on 5 acres of mesquite trees, so we barbecued quite often. Last year, my back finally started giving out, so I talked to John Brotherton over at Brotherton's Black Iron Barbecue, and he offered me a position because he wanted to open up on Sundays. And I was like, man, if you'll let me work for you, I'd greatly appreciate it. So he greatly appreciated the offer, and that's how we kind of linked up, and that's how I got to where I am now at Brotherton's.
And so you mentioned mesquite, mesquite trees and wood. So is mesquite your favorite wood to smoke with, or what do you use?
Actually, no, I prefer post oak. If I'm going to cook hot and fast, like some chicken leg quarters or chicken halves, then I'll throw some mesquite, or fajitas, I'll use mesquite. But the flavor I'm looking for in brisket and ribs and everything else is just true Texas post oak.
So along on your barbecue journey, who or what has influenced your barbecue style the most?
Actually, a lot of Central Texas people, that the whole new craft wave of barbecue is what really influenced me to kind of take my game to the next level, to work with readjust the salt and pepper and garlic, not so much just regular spices or other rubs, but working with John, working with Chad, hanging out with all the guys at, La Barbecue, Style Switch, The Switch, Marco, Bill. It really helped influence me to take my game to the next level of how to cook it, how to trim it, how to season it. And that's what really kind of brought my game up to another level.
Okay. So we got to get Tessa involved here. So Tessa, you're the brains of the operation behind all of the side dishes. So why don't you go ahead and explain to everybody, to the viewers, what are the side dishes you can expect to get at Estrada's Barbecue?
We have a loaded tater salad, which is like a baked potato salad. We have a vaquero salad. It's like a corn salad with black pinto beans. We have Spanish rice, because it's part of our Tex-Mex heritage.
So you got like a little fusion going on there?
That's what we're trying to do. And then charro beans also with our Tex-Mex. Cucumber salad, we're going to have cucumber salad for people that don't want all that other beans and rice. Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just off the cuff question here. So you've been with this guy for a while. He barbecues great. What is your favorite thing that he barbecues?
His brisket.
What about his brisket?
It's just like moist, and it's really good. Tastes good. The flavor's good.
Okay. And Randy, what about you? She makes the sides. What's your favorite side she makes?
Honestly, right now, I'd say her beans, definitely the beans. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And I know I saw you post about a dessert. So what's this new dessert surprise here?
The new dessert was actually kind of a brainstorming one night. We'd been working on trying to come up with something different for banana pudding.
Yeah.
And it just popped in my head. I started thinking of the Humex drink, strawberry banana. And I was like, what if we did a strawberry banana pudding? And she was like, oh my God, that sounds so good. So we were up for about 2 hours after we had already laid down, just kind of thinking about figuring out what we're going to do and just talking about it. Just so excited. And I was like, well, instead of like vanilla wafers, I was like, how about we get the strawberry sugar wafers and crumble those on top? And it's like, she's like, yeah, we got to make that. So sure enough, 2 days later, we were making it, and we had to do a couple of little tweaks from the first batch, and then the second batch. But by the third time yesterday, we had it nailed down.
Yeah. So are you going to unveil it today, Tessa?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Mm.
All right, looking forward to that one. Yeah. So guys, you talked about how, you started your barbecue, whatever, personally. So how did the business of Estrada's Texas Barbecue start? How did that get started?
It actually started because I knew I wanted to barbecue. I knew my career in mechanics was going to come to an end. And I figured the next best thing I can do is actually barbecue, which turns out I actually love barbecue more. And actually, I think I do better at barbecue than I do at mechanics. So I winded up getting our pit. And luckily, Stephen Rossler and Ryan Newland from Backline Fabrication, they got together and they revamped the whole thing. And it just changed the whole game with the way it's cooking now. So, but once I got the pit revamped and everything, I was like, yeah, so I wanted to start doing like a catering business. But then more and more we got into it, I was like, well, why not we just go to start a food trailer and just cater out of that? So basically that's what we're doing right now. We're just doing pop-ups to get started, and then get a hold of a food trailer hopefully by the end of the year, maybe early next year, and set up right here in Creedmoor. I'm friends with Robert Wilhite, who used to run Wilhite's Barbecue right down the road for several years, and unfortunately he had to shut it down. But when I told him I wanted to bring barbecue back to Creedmoor, he was ecstatic about it. He loved the idea. So that's basically what I want to do, is like I want to live just right down the road and drive 3 miles to work and bring great barbecue back to Creedmoor.
On your shirt, I see it says, come and take it, Estrada's Texas Barbecue. So the come and take it part, where did that come from? How did that come to be?
That actually comes from the Gonzales flag. Everybody started messing around with the come and take it, in the barbecue industry. So they have the come and take it, then they have, like a steer or a beer bottle, whatever. Everybody in Texas has been playing around with that idea. So I told my buddy Carl Garcia, who's been my tattoo artist for over 20 years and a really good friend of mine, I was like, hey, what if I did one with the barbecue pit? And he was like, yeah, man, let me draw it up. And so he drew it up, and I was like, well, why don't we get that tattooed on me somewhere? And he was like, you pick it, I stick it, man. So, basically, yeah, so that's where it all came from. It came down just from my love of barbecue, It was like, so I went ahead and had this tattooed. And that's before I even thought of starting up my own business. That's when I was still just kind of in limbo between what I'm going to do after mechanics. But basically, it was just a little fluke, just had an idea. Everybody else was running with ideas of the come and take it flag, and so I decided to make one with the barbecue pit.
What has been the most rewarding part of your barbecue journey?
I think the most rewarding part right now would be all the friends and barbecue family that I've developed. You, for instance, John Brotherton, all the people at Snow's, Brett. Everybody. Everybody knows I know a lot of people, and I really love meeting all the people and all new people.
Definitely is a family, that hashtag barbecue family. Yeah, definitely.
It's a huge family.
A lot of love from everybody. It's just, we help each other and just care for each other and everything. So.
And there's really no hesitation.
Oh, no.
Anytime you need something, all these guys jump in and help.
In Dallas or Houston, say, hey, I need to borrow a pit for this weekend. Mine messed up. If they can't loan me one, they'll find somebody that will. Yeah.
Good deal. All right, so on your menu, you got quite a few items. Mm-hmm. So what is the menu, if you were explaining to somebody what Estrada's Texas Barbecue is all about, what would that menu item be?
I think the main menu item would be the brisket. It's a true Texas-style brisket, salt, pepper, garlic, cooked low and slow on post oak, and It's just to me that's Texas and that's barbecue. Is a good cooked brisket.
Okay, so you're getting a little following here. A lot of people come out to your pop-ups and everything. And so what would you want people, your customers, to know about Estrada's that they might not know already?
We cater. We definitely take catering gigs. But I definitely want to get some more catering gigs besides the pop-ups, just so more and more people will know what our food is about and what our food tastes like.
Okay, guys, so you're doing your pop-ups now. You're getting your foot in the door. You're reestablishing yourself in hometown Creedmoor. So where do you see Estrada's Texas Barbecue 10 years from now?
I wouldn't mind opening a small brick and mortar here in Creedmoor, just to have a nice place for people, locals can come sit down. I just like to have a brick and mortar, kind of like a old town feel, where you walk in and you see a couple old regulars. They're always sitting there, either drinking coffee or just,
become like the hangout spot, right?
Yeah, become like the local hangout spot, basically,
So people walk in, you already know what they want?
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
So what kind of sausage you got there, man?
These are all mild links from Texas Sausage Company here in Austin, Texas. And these are the cheddar jalapenos, and these things are amazing.
Yes, they are, man. Oh, Scott Fibig, I get some of that from him too. It's good stuff.
Oh yeah, Scott's a great guy, man. Good quality product, awesome sausages.
Tell me about this pit as you're loading it.
Yeah, I actually bought this pit used, and when I looked up the original owners, it actually used to belong to Cartwright's Barbecue out of Bastrop. And it was a pretty good rough shape. So my goal was to go ahead and do like a couple of plate sales and build up some money and I started contacting Ryan from Backline Fabrication and spoke to him about getting some quotes, about getting a new firebox and some gauges. Because when I had it, this box was like way up here. The racks didn't slide out. I had one little handle on each one. I only had one temperature gauge right dead center. The firebox on it was just way too small. It was like maybe a 24-inch piece of pipe. And now it is this was just a shell of the outside. So this is all new, the stack's new, the counterweights are new, the doors wouldn't close right, handles are new, got smoking rifle, backline fabrication, temperature gauges all the way through. He built this new for me, put all new grates inside. I mean, these were just flimsy, they were barely even holding up. So these are all new grates on the inside. And like I said, he worked the cabinet, put all new slide out grates for me, so I don't have to go diving in head first. Just trust me, I did. And then key factor of it was that monster of a firebox that they got at the end. I know they had to pick the pit up and move it like about a foot forward because he could lift the whole trailer with his fingers.
Oh wow!
Because it was that heavy. I think the firebox weighed in something like around 1,200 pounds just for a firebox. So ever since he revamped this thing, man, I can't thank him enough for one. And this thing cooks like a beast. Yeah. The more and more I cook on it, the more and more it gets seasoned, and the better and better it cooks.
Nice. Let me see that.
Mine would be cheeseburgers, and I'm pretty sure hers is Chinese food. Travel. We want to go to New York for Christmas. Hidden talents, I don't know. I can chain brakes in about 30 minutes.
I can sing.
You could put a diabetic in a coma. I'd probably still be turning wrenches.
Probably working as a dental assistant.
Who's gonna play you? Obviously, The Rock. You know, he's gonna be playing me. You know, obviously.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I've never thought about that.
What do you think?
So who would you say, Randy? Who would play Tessa?
I'm not sure. That is a good question. I can't even think of one. Jennifer Lopez? I don't know. Find us on Estrada's Texas Barbecue at Facebook and Estrada's Texas Barbecue on Instagram. We'll have all the latest posts of all of our new things and upcoming events.